Music Therapy Labs here on a gorgeous Tuesday early evening. Perfect time to do what I'm doing right now because you don't want it to be too bright and shiny outside when you're doing what I'm going to show you I'm doing, um, and because glare and issues like that. So, what am I doing? Music Therapy Labs here. Rock on. I got gloves on for a reason. Look at that. Messy already, right? Doing a little do-it-yourself table touch-up, finish touch-up. This is a finish that is kind of an unusual technique. Not a lot of people probably know of how to do this technique or have the materials, but you can get the stuff online and elsewhere. Blah. So Johnny Bean's about to go on for his live stream show. I wanted to try to get this, just show you guys this real quickly. Some techniques I learned over the years and on touch-up and finish and products. And I thought it would be a cool, I guess, VEDA or some, DIY kind of thing for April here. So VEDA is vlog every day in April, and I just recently posted, but it's gonna take hours to upload. It takes forever to upload a video that I shot yesterday about my pedal board build and how I'm modifying that. So I figured I'd do another video for tomorrow and maybe try to upload that earlier in the day. But so what I'm doing here is got this table here, and I don't know if you can notice those like scratches and stuff. So let me show a little detail, right? What I did was there was some areas that were lifting up off here, and I guess moisture had caused some lifting. And I took a razor blade and I scraped it evenly like this. And I took a little sandpaper, like this kind of 400 grit sandpaper. I just folded up and I had a different piece that I sanded it and smoothed it out a little bit. And then I have this little kit I threw together. It doesn't look nice right now because I've been digging through it. But I have these other products here that I'm using. And these in particular are a type of color powder that you can buy from this brand, Mohawk. You probably have to order the color powder stuff online. But you can buy their sprays at a local Benjamin Moore superstore or pro shop store. Let me show you a better can. Well, that's the pre-catalyzed matte finish. That's what I'm going to top coat it with later. But yeah, this is a better can. So Mohawk finish toner. So finish toner. And this is a medium walnut color. This one over here is called, I think it's nutmeg or something like that. It's kind of worn off. And what I do is I spray some into the cap of one of these. And then I test the color out and see what it looks like, right? So let me go ahead and put this down. Oh, we don't want this thing falling. Here we go. So what I do is I try to get into the shot a little bit. So what I do is I make a little stand for my brush. I also have some acetone handy because that's what you want to dilute it with if you need to fix any boo-boos or dilute anything. You use the acetone, but it's very toxic. So normally I'd be wearing a gas mask for this, but got a nice no breeze in the air right now. It's very still out here. Take a look. Perfect early evening, 5 o'clock ish almost. So what I did was I spray a little bit in this. Like that, you can see the colors hitting my fingers. So it's got a color, and it's a lacquer. It's a lacquer finish, and that's why they call it a tone finish. And it has colors designated for it. So you don't want to be sniffing this stuff. It's not good for you. And then these little powders here, I'll dab a little bit in there if I need to make it lighter or darker. There are lots of different colors. I have a lot of these colors, right? Basic ones that you need to kind of put some things together. And I've got greens and blues and grays and stuff in a different set that I have put away. I'm not going to need any of those right now, but I was going with the browns and the reds and the oranges and the beiges right now because this table's got a variety of hues to it. You see that? So I've already cleaned it off with this Windex. Let me put this earbud away. And then I've got my tack cloth here. It's just a microfiber cloth I use. And usually I wear glasses too, so I can see better, but also to protect my eyes from any splish splashing. And yeah, this time of day is better. You can maybe a little earlier than this even is fine, but or in the right kind of light indoors. But I like to do this outdoors because you don't want this stuff. You don't want to be breathing this stuff, and masks suck to wear, as we've all been discovering of late, right? So this little lighter brown color I think is going to be better if I add more of it to this. And I think this nutmeg is a little too dark, so I'm going to shoot a little bit more in here. Waft a little bit of this out of here. There we go. I keep it kind of away from me. Oops, I just did a boo-boo. It's not a big deal. Just wipe it off, right? So that's kind of good that happened there. You see that. You don't have to panic. If you have a boo-boo, just wipe it. It's lacquer. It dries super hard. And this finish will often be a little bit... have a little bit of a sheen to it, the colors, but the powders will dull it down. And so let me turn this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe I'll go like this. Push the, there we go. Sorry about that. So I also try to find a position where I can, you know, draw my hand. So I used to paint and draw a lot when I was a kid, and that kind of developed into other skills as adulthood came along. So you can see I already started an area here, and I'm just going to follow this and touch up this area here that got scraped off, that was uneven. And I'm trying to keep it a little bit wet. And then what I actually do is I have the center area that I keep darker than the outer area. So the outer area I have some finish that's doesn't have any powder in it, and that way I can blend between the two to get, you know, if I need a lighter, some that's lighter versus some that's darker, right? So I'm just kind of going over some of this here. And it's going to look different when it's dry versus when it's wet. So of course you want to, it's lacquer, so it'll dry pretty quick. You can blow on it even and it'll dry. And so you can see me here just touching this up like that. And I use these artist brushes that I pick up at Michael's or wherever, you know. You can sometimes get them cheaper in a set, or you go to like an art store near a college or something, and that's where you can sometimes even get better prices on this kind of stuff. So you can imagine that if you have other furniture in the house that have little scrapes and things and dents, this is a real pro way to do it, because if you use like those touch-up pens and stuff like that, they work okay too. But once I'm done with all this touch-up, then I'm going to spritz the top with a matte, or more of a not as glossy of a finish. And then before I did all that, I cleaned it off with this particular Windex, which is an ammonia-free Windex, and it works great to clean oils and stuff off the surface, but it won't damage the wood surface either. So I don't want to get too dark. And of course, if you goof up, you know, the good part is that you can always just wipe this right out of here with some acetone if you do it real, you know, quick wipe. Okay. So, and then you can try to do like a little grain kind of thing like I'm doing here. Give it more of that grain effect. And then you have some of these grooves here. Now you don't want it to be too dark in there, so you can like wipe it into there like that too. So I just thought I'd show you guys something different than what I normally show you. I usually do music and stuff, but this is how I make my living sometimes, doing this kind of furniture touch-up stuff, kitchen cabinetry and whatnot, and then I'll refinish, respray the finish, you know, over the cabinets, and that way people don't have to replace their cabinets. They can have them touched up and looking like new. With hi honey, I'm doing a video. Doing, you know, a little bit of finish touch-up like this can save people a lot of money rather than having to resurface or redo an entire kitchen. So I don't know if you can see the detail there, but if you can notice how the wiping technique too is a really big part of it. You don't want to have just these dark lines, so you can, you know, wipe over the top, and then it kind of blends it kind of in there. Sometimes you have to do these little dabs when there's like a little hole or something like that. But if you want to see a close-up of before, then I'll show you a close-up of after, how this is going to end up looking when it's all done. So I'm not going to bore you too much with it because there's a lot of little touch-ups needed on this table here. But I thought I would just, while I'm doing this, do a quick DIY video for you guys. You can, like I said, you could pick this finish up, the sprays. Powders you can. And one of the other things you can do is you can buy a variety of sprays that are similar in color, but like light and darker hues, and then blend those together, spray them into the cap together, if you know what I mean. And you can have more than one cap, and then you can use other things for caps. So you can even use Dixie cups or something like that, right? If you know what those are. Little paper cups. You can use little plastic cups too. That would probably work pretty good as well. And then you can also abrade the surface. I have a business call here. Nope, it's a toll-free call, so we're going to ignore that. So, you know, you can then abrade the surface just a little bit if you need to in between another coat, a clear coat, with like a Scotch pad. So let me grab one so I can show you what I mean. So I use this purple Scotch pad material I cut. You can buy it at Home Depot or anywhere when you can go there again. And here's one that's already been used up some. And there's a gray one as well that's really fine. This is really good for, you know, you can even dull it down a little bit like this and it won't abrade too much, but like this is already dry here, so you can see I can hit that with it a little bit. And it dulls it down a little bit so that when I hit the whole thing with the clear, I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. You know, it's going to stick real good. So yeah, Music Therapy Laz here, doing something non-musical, but equally artistic and interesting, I think, to some of you maybe. And you can imagine there are people that could probably do this kind of touch-up on other things, you know, guitar touch-up, repair, things like that. This might be not probably what you'd want to do, but you could, you know, you could do this kind of thing on there. I watched some Stu Mac videos, and their repair guy doing some interesting repairs. The super glue with color stain repair of a 335 style hollow bodies up on their website if you want to check that out. It's kind of similar kind of a technique where, you know, you're just adding some color to something here. I'm gonna have to probably knock that down a little bit. It's kind of dark, but if you notice, there's a lot of different color variation in here, right? So I don't know if the lighting's very good, but see how badly this is all messed up here. So yeah, the idea is to just keep going. I gotta add a little more. It's starting to dry out on me. Real careful to do that away from my workspace so I'm not breathing that crap in. So here I'm doing the wiping thing again to hit these like little grooves that have a lot of color missing from them. And this is probably just from, you know, getting wet, getting worn out over the years that we've used this for at least 3 years now, I think, almost. So yeah, look at how good that works. And these little artist brushes work great because they're very flexible. They have a nice tip on them. You can, you know, you can really get them to be really accurate on like the little fine detail-y spots, as well as some bigger areas. Go back over here. And yeah, this takes a lot of patience. If you guys haven't figured that out about me yet, I can be an awfully patient guy. I think it took me over a month to finally unpackage my Henning Pauly signature guitar, because I wanted to do it right. I wanted to take time on it. I just couldn't find the time to do it, and I wanted to do it before I left for Peru. So I finally opened the damn thing. Yeah. So you gotta have some patience for this kind of thing. And like I said, you know, outdoors is where you want to do this because this stuff is not something you want to breathe in. Normally I would be wearing a gas mask doing this. Full-on respirator, right? Because you don't want to damage your brain, do you? Not with this, anyway. There's plenty of other fun ways to damage your brain. This is not one of them. So, you know, compare how this looks over here, right? And compare that to how that looks over here. And it's a marked difference. And then you just keep looking for and touching up spots that you see that need it. Yeah, this could take some time, you know, but it'll look like a brand new table by the time I'm done with this thing. And then when I shoot it, I might actually even take a little bit of this, you know, in this color, this medium walnut, and I might even just give it a little spritz like that to kind of even it out. See how that evened it out a little bit? And then when I'm done, yes, here's another section here that I got to work on. When I'm done, I'm gonna, you know, just dust it like I just did. That's kind of like a dusting over the top, kind of finishing it with a couple times with the clear, kind of a matte or almost like satin, nearly matte top coat, and then there you go, we'll be done. And I've got a couple others here to touch up, so you can see these have some dings and dents on them. Right there, right there. It's a big nail polish remover boo-boo that Ladani did with her toes one time. Some discoloration. So yeah, I'll be able to touch up all these little spots. So got two glasses on. It's funny, right? Music Therapy Laz here, showing a little bit of my other skills in the backyard here while I have time. I'm gonna do some stuff like that here, and then continue on the pedal board build tomorrow, and as well as the Soundtrap Designs, the STDs musicians want, guitar hangers. I'm gonna sell this stuff on you guys. You gotta buy one. Anyway, but for now, Music Therapy Laz out. Roxy's inside, Ladani's inside, and I'm gonna try to get this done before it gets too dark out here. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the share button to share this channel, help me grow. Don't forget about my reaching 300 challenge, reach 300 subs challenge by the end of the lockdown, and I'll give away a pedal or more. And then on top of that, don't forget to hit that notification bell. That lets you know when I'm putting another video up, of course, or doing a live stream. Join me on live streams. I'm popping in when I don't see people up and I have time. I went way long yesterday again, got in trouble. But I didn't have to sleep on the couch. Anyway, and then yeah, do what's the other thing you got to do? Comment on my channel. At the bottom of the video thing, go there and like comment. Give me some suggestions on what you think. What pedals you might want me to demo in the future, because I'm gonna go through all my equipment and show you guys all the pedals and demo everything just for fun, because I got time. So until next time, you guys, Thursday, don't forget 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Music Therapy Laz, Therapy Thursdays with Roxy. Until then, rock out, peace out, make the best of your time. Laters.